Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Paramasukha Kevalam Shyamalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyananda, welcome to this 12th day celebrations of the Avani Tiruvizha Brahmotsavam. We are going to get ready in a few moments to have the darshan of Sundareshwara Swami and Meenakshi Devi live from Kailasa, Madurai. They are going to be gracing us this evening in the on the streets itself of the Madurai city, and is Hinduism is to have that this is one of the beautiful really take the Hindu life and really celebrate in our lives. The deities are the or the Archa Avatara. The Nijavatara is being deity in the and they have Vishwara are there, and of course they're very Samadhi is there inside the body is and he'll still holding the enlightened supreme cosmic energy that energy for the Nithyananda is this of the deity that is there and incarnates just to attend to our devotion, to attend to our worship. And this is a beautiful opportunity that we're going to have now. We're going to have the darshan of the Archavatara of Meenakshi Devi and Somasundareshwara Swami, who will be gracing us right at the premises of Kailasa in Madurai. It's a beautiful time. Have you ever heard of a place in the world where the gods themselves come to meet us, and they come literally to our street and our own home, and in that way, how would you prepare yourself? How would you keep yourself ready to receive them in that way with all of the honors known as the Mandagappadi, these various honors of different give things that we want to present to them. We keep them already and worship them and welcome them to our very home. And of course, they continue the procession from there onwards and come back. So we're getting ready for the very darshan right now in Kailasa, Madurai. This has been a 12-day going on Brahmotsavam. It's a total of 18 days long. And this Brahmotsavam is a Brahmotsavam is a celebration of the flag of the whole creation itself. Literally, how Paramashiva created the whole cosmos. And the beginning, the Dwajarohana, signifies the creation in moment, and then the various parts of the Brahmotsavam signify the various leelas of Paramashiva. Various leelas that are described in the Tiruvilayadal Puranam are celebrated, and Sokanadar, who is Sundareshwara, who he is in by the all the people who are there locally call him this sweetly, because he is the one so dear to them. He's the one who they literally lived with. All the people, all of their DNA is just energized with the bliss of having Somasundareshwara in their lives from thousands and thousands of years. And because of that, many people him as his their friend, or they with in their lives, they really even coordinate their whole thing around Hashi and Sundareshwara as their in their lives. This is the way that these and every see the Somasundareshwara come from the temple, and in that leelas for that day share are so magnificent that they tell how come down to the grossest level, to our daily door our love, accepting our devotion. That is made an impact. It's like literally a subject. And if God Himself had ruled an entire, how it would be there and attending to how He would be there to take care of everyone, how He would to make sure that safe, blessed, and everybody knows that He's there, He's taking care. That such a promise and that such a delivery of His grace is there in the incarnation of Paramashiva, known as Somasundareshwara Swami. And we've been celebrating throughout the days many beautiful leelas of how Somasundareshwara gave the enlightenment to different pakshi, different animals like the birds and the elephants. And this way he shows in just the same way how any being can have the devotion, any being can have the bhakti in its heart for Paramashiva, and that can really make a difference in its life, and it can literally jump towards mukti and be in oneness with Paramashiva. So we are celebrating here at the very Ashta Shakti Mandapam that is there in front of the Meenakshi Sannidhi. This is from where the temple deity will come. This is for you, all of those who are new to the temple. This is such a perfectly precision made temple. We are telling you, one specific darshan is there of Meenakshi Devi. You can see her, no matter if she's 300 meters away from you. You can see her specifically from the point where we're showing you right now. Is actually from this strait you will see Meenakshi, who is so far away, the deity in the Garbhagudi behind 3-4 doors, 3-4 prakaram, but she will be seen, and in that such precision this temple was made, and it is just literally the temple cannot have been made by knowledge. It is literally the Devendra's very devotion to Paramashiva, literally his whole creation. And the Ashtalakshmi Mandapam, the Ashta Shakti Mandapam that you are seeing is the beautiful Mandapam that is there. As you enter the temple, you're literally welcomed by all of the Shaktis of the whole cosmos to Meenakshi's very own temple. And from this very corridor, Meenakshi Devi and Somasundareshwara will be gracing us today. And you, in fact, right out of this, and you walk a little bit more, you will find Kailasa, Madurai, right there at the very doorstep of Meenakshi's temple. And it's in a beautiful way, and you can see so many of the devotees have gathered, the various communities who celebrate Meenakshi Sundareshwara in their lives, who want to see the witness. And beautifully we're getting to see that the Ashtalakshmi Mandapam and the roof, and beautifully it's lit to show everyone the grand architecture and the way that it is beautifully carved and made thousands of years ago with such precision and such accuracy and beautiful proportion that the Meenakshi temple celebrates. And you can see here, yes, this is the Ashtalakshmi Mandapam, you can see, and the various Shaktis are there. This is the Ashta Shakti Mandapam, and the various Shaktis are there blessing us as we enter the Meenakshi temple. And it is from this very gate that Meenakshi will be seen from today's darshan. And whenever you see from this very point, actually, if you're there at the Meenakshi temple, it is from this very point you will be able to even see Meenakshi beautifully. We have had at the Shyamalaapeetha, Sarvajnapeetham, when we went to have the darshan of Meenakshi, she would have such a beautiful diamond nose ring that would be so glittering and so magnificent to see, and you feel like it's literally all the stars just blessing you in this moment. That is the way you will experience that darshan of Meenakshi Devi, and especially if you go there in the wee hours of the morning for the Parliyechi Seva, when maybe Meenakshi is being woken up by the priest, and Somana Sundareshwar is also being woken up in the Suprabhata Seva, it is also known as. That time, if you see them, we temple, and when you come out and stand in this very meters away from starring jewel that is coming from her nose, that is the precision with which this temple was made, and it's just a magnificent celebration of Meenakshi herself. And the Ashta Shaktis are there, various Shaktis that signify the Ashtamaha Siddhis, the various powers that we manifest, and they are all there welcoming us to the temple. And in the top, you can see in the second story, there are various leelas of Paramashiva, where he manifested as Dakshinamurti, as Kala Bhairava, and other leelas also. Those are also depicted in the pictures that are also on the top of the wall, and on the second story you can see the architecture. And this is the way that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving Kailasa, is reviving all of the traditions, and reviving the enlightened civilization, the Hindu civilization itself. And this celebration is something that is even possible for every one of us even today. And the Supreme Pontiff actually celebrate them and make them more available to everyone in any of the world. You see that same and position in the way that the deities are offered a ritual. It isn't that way. They are living in Kailasa the very right to be worshipped and to be continuously and to be brought out to the world and shown to the world is the very ground foundation Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the way that we even connect with what's to us in our lives. Sound like guidelines are being given, examples how they should present themselves in front of the deity to worship the deity more. What is necessary purification or the necessary diksha or initiation that one should resonate with before reaching the deity. All of these is actually a part of the Hindu science, the greatest science of the universe. And that is brought out in the Kagama and so many of the other Vedagamas, which are compiled in various paddhatis and manual scriptures that are followed in the temples today. The temples of the Meenakshi Sundareshwara temple also follows the Kamikagama as well as the Somo Sambhu Paddhati and the Aghora Shivacharya Paddhati. And from that very spirit of the agamas, these paddhatis. We're awaiting the darshan the very entrance, actually, at the very entrance of the Meenakshi temple, waiting the darshan of Devi Meenakshi, and so much darshan of Meenakshi Sundareshwara in the morning today in front of Kailasa. He's gracing in a beautiful Swordsman. Somasundareshwara came and did the duel against one evil, and this beautiful leela also we got to and we can reiterate it now, so that which the rescuer dimension of Somra coming out and blessing everyone, not just that, even coming out to rescue the modesty of a woman. How Somasundareshwara has beautifully said, it was said that there was a foreign country swordsman who comes to the Madurai Samrajyam and does his practice and even teaches how to do the swordsmanship and make the sword and also fight with the sword. So he was establishing a school, an institution where he would teach all this, and then he had one after many years he had one star student who was by the name Chittan, who had the he had the skills and he was able to even match, and he went apart and also started his own swordsman school, where disciple Chittan was having a very wrong evil mind, and he would continuously guru and woo her or disturb her in wanting her to be with him, and in this way he disturbed her so much, and in also she felt very much appalled by his behavior and did not like him at all and hated him. And this was an unfortunate thing that he did, but it went to an extent where this man was not able to control himself, and she was able to lock herself in the room, and that she would not tell her husband to protect her modesty, but she did pray to Somasundareshwara and Somasundareshwara story. Somasundareshwara, the full swordsman, and battles and actually calls. He comes forth and his but in fact Somasundar with the Chitta battle goes on for days. Crowd is gathered to see witness this, but in a moment Somasundareshwara delivers the clarion call of justice and says, to you who in the wrong sense stree, a woman, and have had the wrong words in your mouth and had the wrong eyes in who is someone who should see as a mother, should not should be served the justice. So in that moment that was declared this call, and immediately hymns of the Chittan and served him the justice. They all of the disciples of the swordsman were surprised to see that this incident happened. Even justice was delivered for the poor chaste women, and they all go and they see suddenly the guru has disappeared. Yes, so Sundareshwara all over for the guru. They find him finally in his house, and they find him in the house, and they say, you and your wife are now safe because of Somasundareshwara. He protect. Sorry, they didn't know it was Somasundareshwara at that time. So they said, you protected your wife. You had a duel with him, with Chittan. And then the guru was completely bewildered. He didn't even come out of his house. He had no intention or any hatred towards his disciple. Why would he have to go into battle and destroy him? But the disciples tell the guru the story again, telling him that, you see, this man had evil intentions. He was after your wife, and he even touched her in a hurtful manner. And in this way, just as you delivered, but the good done. So hence it has to be the blessings of Somasundareshwara. He himself has come, protected us, protected my wife, and in that, hearing this story, Somasundareshwara blesses them. And the king of the Pandya Desha at that time, he celebrates this couple and keeps them on a whole elephant and has a parade. And this is the beautiful story of how the leela today that we are celebrating in this auspicious day of the Avani Tiruvizha Brahmotsavam. So as we wait for the darshan, also we wanted to share with you one of the greatest of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as mean in accepting the footage where you can see the beautiful way that the grace of meeting from Swamiji, and is a beautiful ritual also of the Pattabhishekam. In reminder that there is a Pattabhishekam, of course, for Somasundareshwara in a few days, just tomorrow, in fact, at this same hour tomorrow, having the Somasundareshwara Pattabhishekam in the beautiful time of the Meenakshi rule. She would rule for 4 months and then hand over to Somasundareshwara, who will rule as Sundara Rajapandian. So the whole year would be a sharing rule between Meenakshi and Sundareshwara. And you can see the various devotees have also gathered in the traditional dress and also waiting to have the darshan of Meenakshi Sundareshwara. And of course, you can see the Vadyam and all of these celebrations. Yes, you can see now the gates are getting ready to be opened, and behind them, you have the procession being led by the Nandi himself. Nandi is the vehicle of Paramashiva, and in this particular procession, you can see that he is led, and the Deram, or the drum, which is at the beginning of the Brahmotsavam during the Jvarohanam, it is beaten and taken. And you can also see this is the temple elephant, the elephant of the Brahmotsavam that again sets the royal Sakshi Sundar. And we come out of the temple, and after him we have Swami who is the valor and courage, completion of Paramashiva. I want to encourage everyone to be in a receptive, prayerful mood at this moment. When we have the darshan of Meenakshi Sundareshwara, please be seated or in a prayerful mood. And here we have the very beautiful darshan of Mahaganapati. We pray to him for all the removing of all the obstacles and all of the vignas in our life, all the inner and outer obstacles Ganapati removes from our lives. And then we have also here the Vadyas and the Kailaya Vadyam bringing out the Kailasa ambience with the drums that literally energize us and bring us to a serene state of powerfulness to receive Paramashiva. And of course, we have right after them, we have the deities. We receive Devi. Meenakshi herself is now gracing in this in her carriage. Meenakshi herself. This deity is actually one of the Alvar, the Nayanmars. We him as the very devotees are worshipped, and they also come in the carriage. There's even a particular vidhi in the Agama that there should be one chariot just for the bhaktas, the Shiva bhaktas, the paricharakas. And now we are having the darshan of Somasundareshwara Swami gracing us on the magnificent Swarna Rishabhavahanam, Rishabham, or the bull, signifier of divine justice, of dharma in the whole cosmos. With on top of the Nandi is where Paramashiva sits and rules the whole cosmos and creates the whole cosmos and sustains the whole cosmos, bringing about cosmic dharma and putting it in flow again and again for everyone. And this is she herself gracing on the Rajata Rishabhavahana. She's also the ruler of the cosmos, and she's beautifully garlanded, and we receive her with our deep love and devotion. She is the mother of the cosmos as well as our own mother, and she's gracing us beautifully on the Rajita Rishabha Vahana. We pray to her for all the auspicious blessings, to bestow her compassion and grace on us, and for us to realize we are in oneness with Paramashiva. She is the very God Mother who connects us again and again with Paramashiva, showing us that we are Him. And of course, here we are receiving Somasundareshwara now at the very entrance of our Kailasa Madurai, and to him we are offering our various Mandagappadi traditional offerings of the flowers and the flower garlands and the various traditional things that are offered to the god when he comes to our very home. So to him we offer these are to maintain the temple and maintain the sanctity of the deities and the rituals, following them as per the agamas, following the scriptures as Paramashiva himself gave. And we now offer to Somasundareshwara our our small gifts of love and devotion to him in the form of flowers and new clothing, that we cherish him as a treasure in our lives. That is why we celebrate him in our lives. And Meenakshi Devi herself arriving at our very doorstep in Kailasa Madurai, just to be in her presence and to be in even in just watching her, even if you're watching on your mobile or on your TV, being in this moment is a treasure. Please, you can also all join us in folding our hands and praying to maybe Meenakshi and receiving her darshan with the deepest reverence and love and respects. This is the best way to receive the darshan of the God. Next, we have Swami Chandageshwara Swami, who is the Lord Accountant of the Kailasa, who takes care that everything is in line, and he concludes the procession and follows every place and every moves to that we as Chandageshwara Swami, offering him our gratitude. And of course, at the very entrance of Kailasa Madurai, we have the Pratyaksha Murti of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the Murti of Adi Guru Dakshinamurti, magnificent form of Dakshinamurti, who is the primordial Guru and the manifestation of Paramashiva. And he begins this whole lineage of the Guru Shishya Parampara, teaching everyone in the tranquil silence and teaching all of the Vedas and Agamas through his silence. So here in the gates of Kailasa Madurai, we offer to him our prayers and our gratitude for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who is the 293rd Guru Maha Sannidhaanam in this divine lineage of enlightened masters from Meenakshi Sundareshwara. We offer our prayers. Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahi Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahi Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahi Tanno Hamsa. We can all take this moment to give our gratitude to our beloved Swamiji, who is there in our lives as the reviver of this whole tradition and giving us the beautiful blessings, continuously showering us with all of the divine qualities. And you do not want to miss, especially the darshan tonight and tomorrow, with the grand event of the Pattabhishekam ceremony, where we will be seeing this the grand coronation of Somasundareshwara, as well as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as the 293rd Guru Maha Sannidhaanam, as the very reigning leader and the spiritual kingdom of this Kailasonnata Shyamalaapeetha Sarvajnapeetha. This very momentous event happens in the Kumbha Lagnam on this auspicious Tithi, now where the whole cosmos is going to celebrate Paramashiva himself manifesting and taking on the reins of ruling the whole cosmos with bliss and compassion. That is the way that we celebrate Somasundareshwara in our lives. And here we also have the opportunity for all of you to join us as a Patreon and also donate for the Annadhanam. The cause of Annadhanam is that of an ancient clarion call from the Meenakshi Sundareshwara themselves when they established the spiritual kingdom of the Madurai Adinam and the Kailasonnata Shyamalapeetha. They ensured that Annadhanam was one of the mandatory parts of the very documentation of this whole Madurai Adinam or the Kailasonnata Shyamalapeetha Sarvajnapeetha. This place we should be giving continuous Annadhanam to those who come as the devotees of Somasundara. Many of the Annadhanam are coming, putting aside their normal day-to-day comforts. They're coming to the temple without knowing where their next meal will be or where their next housing will be. Putting all that aside, they're just there to celebrate Paramashiva. In the fever of the bliss of the festival, they forget all of their day-to-day needs, and all of those are just washed off with the remembrance of Paramashiva, with seeing him and seeing and ambience of the small food and water just forgotten. And in that Tyaga itself, that small sacrifice itself, many possibilities are there. People can just be showered with powerful initiations about the bhakti in their life and bold the bhakti even deeper. Means the deep devotion runs deeper than your daily food. The deep devotion is your real nourishment. Beyond your daily food, devotion, real nourishment in your life, something that you cherish and you nourish yourself with, and you celebrate as the happening in your life again and again in the form of Meenakshi Sundareshwara and having their darshan. So in that way, when you have the darshan just by taking away one or two meals from your day to day, and you have that the bhakti in you, and you come to have the Annadhanam, in those moments you are radiating with such bliss. You are literally in that moment Meenakshi Sundareshwara themselves, and in that moment you can really when you partake the food and have the Annadhanam, really there's more than just the quenching the hunger that we have. Something else is quenched. It's just we feel blessed, and the food is also always prasadam. The food that is served in the Shyamalapeetha Sarvajnapeetha is the blessed food by the Meenakshi Sundareshwara deities inside the temple itself. And inside the Kailasa and the Shyamalapeetha there itself, you can sit and have the food. When you have this food, this is the blessed food of Meenakshi Sundareshwara. And also you can see that when people partake this food, so much of good happens also to the people who are offering.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Maha Sadashiva.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Yes, Nithyanandam. Thank you all for joining us. Sorry for the technical glitch. But now wanted to welcome all of you to the Paramashivam program that you've been seeing, as the date of the Paramashivam program is going to be finishing just tomorrow with the final Pattabhishekam ceremony and the final grand finale of Paramashivam. Of course, the next Paramashivam season 3 is going to be having a rocking start on August 30th till September 19th. Yes, this is something you don't want to miss at all. And especially this next Paramashivam, which will have so many beautiful festivals inside of it, as this festival season is really starting up inside the Hindu calendar. We can really be joining us for again the Krishnashtami, the Ganapati Chaturthi celebrations, and also so much more. And we thank you all for joining us today. If you want to contribute to the Annadhanam that is ongoing, you can make the one-time donation by scanning the QR code, or you can regularly contribute to the ongoing Annadhanam that is happening in Kailasa, Madurai by going to the Patreon link that is there in the description below, and putting forth your contribution. It is a very beautiful opportunity to put forth your punya karma, just like how we have seen all the Shivanadiyars do, and see how their life is just re-enriched with Paramashiva, replaced everything with the pure oneness, and how much people are able to do the tyaga of their day-to-day things and then find the eternal bliss of Nithyananda, Paramashiva in their life, is the reality that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is giving us through the opportunity of Annadhanam. So don't miss and be a part of the great Annadhanam service. And of course, don't miss the Paramashivoham. Tonight we have a beautiful darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who is there every day blessing us and sharing with us all of the boons from Kailasa themselves. And he is there also today evening. Don't miss the darshan at 7 p.m. EST in New York time. And also tomorrow's, do not miss the grand Pattabhishekam ceremony, where you can join us and we'll have a grand celebration. And of course, thank you all for joining us. We will end today's session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.
I bless you all. Let you all